and talk about the battle going on, talk about what this person's got to do, talk about maybe it's time for this person to retire, then move on to it. Then everyone's going to get behind it. But see, they put out so much flipping garbage, nobody's going to be listening to it. I mean, seriously, how many people are going to listen to Bob Sapp sucks, she's so bad? Dude, I've got 5 fights booked right now. 5 fights booked right now, on top of my commercials, televisions, and appearances around the world. I have 5 fights.
Mm-hmm. UFC fighters only have maybe 1 fight booked at a time.
Yep. That's right. And remember, and if you win, you could end up, if you win or lose, you could end up being sitting on the shelf for 6 months. Congratulations, guys! You got yourself less cash for showing up for everybody. Oh yeah, call me the dummy.
Hell yeah. And okay, so guys, I'll ask you point blank. Ariel Helwani, he tries to portray himself as an MMA journalist. I actually do. I mean, he does put the news out there. He's doing a job that the fans want. But, I mean, let's be honest here, Bob. Do you think, in your opinion, is he just a shill for the UFC? I mean, he's obviously not going to go against the promotion at any point, right? He's a smart guy.
Yes, and this is a problem. This is a big problem. Now, when I said I'm going to expose these guys, I'm going to, no, it's far from just Ariel. So I'm going to let you know Ariel is far from being by himself on this. So, if anything, he's just doing what everyone's doing, was trying to feed his family and put food on the table. So let's go ahead and give him that. Okay, so a very good example is during my show. His show is called the MMA Hour. Well, to me, MMA Hour means talking about MMA. Mm-hmm. At the end, he says, who talks about, and he names a few events, like MMA Attack 2 or whatever. He says, who cares, who cares? And I'm laughing, and I'm thinking, well, you're the one who's supposed to be caring. You're calling yourself MMA Hour. These are MMA events. Idiots. I mean, you know, he's totally shooting himself in the foot. So he's there just strictly to want to make fun. He was there one to tear me down. He was there to just, listen, if you want to say this is the UFC Hour, go right on ahead. You know, when they're on Fox, they're just broadcasting UFC. There's nothing that they want to broadcast, no MMA stuff. These other shows, these other sites that are just like Ariel, see, they have no money. So these guys are unable to even go anywhere. So they have to just rely on what somebody is saying overseas about that event, written in English. You know what? Here's the secret, guys. Lost in translation. Mm-hmm. Lost in translation. Very few of those guys even care or know enough English to even translate it for you to even understand. So you guys are way off the freaking boat. And right now I'm having a documentary crew follow me around. This crew just decided to ask one simple question. If Bob has all these haters, how is it he is making all of this money doing appearances, walking around, and doing all of the work that he's doing right now? How is it Bob is doing that? That's what we want to know. Why can he still be fighting all around the world? He's losing, and he's still selling out stadiums. Why is that? And I told them the same thing. In America, they have a hard time knowing what the word fan means.
Exactly.
Fan means to support you, win or lose, because they love you. That's what I have, a lot of fans. They come to see me, they support me, win or lose. Now, I know it's difficult to understand because America loves to have this big culture of hate. That's what Ariel Helwani does. Big culture of hate. Big culture of hate. Okay? Mm-hmm. But he too has fans because they love him, regardless of the fact that he's looking at Wikipedia and using an iPad, unclean shaven, and his questions that he asks are terrible, okay? Hanging up and acting stupid and looking even more stupid. Okay, I saw one thing when he was walking in Tokyo with a good friend of mine, Quentin Rampage, and I thought to myself, wow, that must really be nice just to be able to walk like that in Tokyo. And you notice nobody was like, hey, it's Ariel Helwani. Hey, what's up? Sugoi. Ariel Helwani. Sign to the side. Action to the side. Nobody asked me Ariel Helwani to his autograph or to sign. Okay, nobody doing that. That's because no one knows who he is. Okay? And he goes in America, no one knows who he is. So, I mean, the only thing he can do is try to generate hate. So people can say, hey, so he can say, hey, did you see me? I was that person who really generated hate. But guess what? If you look on any other, you look at 60 Minutes, look at NBC, look at ABC, you never see any reporter with an iPad holding Wikipedia and doing any of that stuff. So it just really shows you people who are unprofessional. And it's quite sad. Now, will it change? Yes, sure it'll change. Ariel Helwani will get out of there. Will it change for MMA? Absolutely it will change. Pretty soon someone's going to say, look, y'all, there's no way we can keep having these guys battle these wars and then win or lose, we keep sitting the guys on the cell for 6 months so that now we're taking out a year and a half out of their paycheck. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, do your basic math, all right? And fighting once or twice a year, heck, you can talk about my losing record all you want to, but fighting once or twice a year, you ain't never going to even get that opportunity fighting once or twice a year, okay? Because that's going to take you well into 10 years, all right?
Yep.
So, no one in UFC has lasted 10 years. So, good job on that one. So,
no, I get what you're saying, man. And yeah, the Ariel Helwani interview where he is with Rampage in Tokyo, I do encourage people to see that because during that interview, Rampage does admit that he took a dive in pride to Sakuraba. He's also admitted to Ariel that the Bader fight, he knew he was injured, he knew he wasn't going to win. He showed up there just to fight for the fans. And guess what? Does Ariel call him out for that? Does he say he's making a mockery of the sport? Did Rampage get hung up on? No. So yes, I do have to call out Ariel for that hypocrisy. Because of the fact, program note, in all fairness, I tried to contact Ariel. I let him know I was going to interview Bob Sapp, and I was going to ask him about his ambush interview. And I was going to ask him, why didn't you question Rampage Jackson like you did Bob Sapp? And guess what, people? No reply whatsoever. Big surprise. But yeah, Bob, so these people, you hit on two words here. You said the problem was that fans are, some fans are uneducated. I agree with that. That's the problem here. They don't realize it is entertainment and it's not a ranked sport. And then you mentioned another key word, Americans. And I have to agree with you. I mean, I'm an American. I'm here in Austin, Texas. But I do agree that the fans here in the States don't get it. They don't fully realize that it is entertainment sporting. Of course, obviously in Japan, in the Russias, in other countries, the fans do get it. They know that you said it yourself. They're behind you, win or lose. What do you think it's going to take for the American fan base to actually wake up to what it is that they're actually seeing here? Do you think there's any way they'll wake up?